What are you ready to let go of? There's a story about 8 buddies who go golfing one day. They break up into 2 foursomes, and the first foursome gets done, and they wait for the other group. They're sitting and they're waiting and they're waiting and they're waiting and they're waiting. And finally, maybe an hour and a half later, the second group struggles in. And the guy in the first group says, "My goodness, like what took you guys so long?" And a fellow from the second group says, "Oh man, it was a tough game." The first guy says, "Well, why? What happened?" And the other one says, "Well, on the second hole, Harry had a heart attack." And they're, "Oh my goodness, like this is horrible. What happened?" And the other guy says, "Well, after that, it was hit the ball, drag Harry. Hit the ball, drag Harry." Now, it's kind of a bad joke, but if we look at it in the broader spectrum, the idea is we would laugh at anyone who would try to play the game of golf, dragging something as heavy as that around. Yet you and I are often playing the game of life, dragging our own Harry with us. We're dragging something that's no longer alive or life-giving for us or has meaning in our lives anymore. So quite simply, Harry is the dead weight. There are parts of ourselves that we have long since needed to let go of, that we've outgrown. They've died, but we're still hanging on. These past experiences or ideas or happenings where we're still dragging, maybe it's that childhood story around. We're still hauling around what our spouse did yesterday or even maybe 10 years ago, or maybe it was a different spouse. We're lugging around this idea that we're not lovable, we're not smart enough, we're not good enough. And we're simply dragging around these limiting ideas, and they're heavy and they're exhausting. And what we find is as long as we're carrying those Harrys around, there's no energy left for the dream building and creating what it is that we really want in our lives. What are you ready to let go of? What have you been carrying around that is no longer serving you? I've prepared a powerful worksheet for you to help you identify those limiting ideas, those limiting beliefs, those old stories, and more importantly, how to replace them with a new, more life-giving idea that's going to help you move forward. There's something right now in your life that it's time to let go of so you can let in what's going to be more life-giving. Take the time to do this exercise because it's going to help you let go of your Harry and let in a life that you love living.